Hey there, Russell traders, index traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the recap for July 2nd, 2014. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money. These videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market and see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and never move your stop when placing a trade. Let's jump right in to today's big market picture. As we could see here, price action really in the morning session was quite choppy. Volume actually started out above normal and pulled away after the mid-morning session, but actually offered us an opportunity all the way to the downside here to the weekly R1 and a nice 30-tick drive right up from the bottom here. As we could see, AD line was well under the zero, popping up and actually coming all the way back down, bringing it to negative 750. So here we reached a high 25-minute open range, never getting the average move up or down, chopping it up really around the daily gap pivot zone. Janet Yellen was on podium for today. Other than that, some economic data that really didn't move the market much. Here we had at 8:05 West Coast time was one wonderful trading opportunity downside, which we'll go ahead and show you in a moment on the range charts. And then once we had the 2-bar crossover confirmation with the 534 EMA, you can find those trading rules at TradingFibs.com. We had a nice trend all the way down here. What kept me in that trade, as I was tweeting it out through the day, is discipline. So here we are, market open 6:30. Was actually one of our first trading opportunities of the day. We had an 8-bar confirmation. Let's go ahead and zoom on this. As we can see, the general market trend for the day on the Russell was downside in the lower left hand corner. What are we looking for? We're looking for the first bar over here at 6:30 market open. 2-bar confirmation. Here we are at 631, 632 on the way up. What are we looking for? We were looking for that 2-bar confirmation over the 8-period moving average, then coming over here to the 534 EMA. Let's take a little bit more of a zoom in here. And here we cross over at 632 and ride it up. Could we possibly be going higher? Absolutely. So moving the stop up, taking contracts off, and eventually the trade was taken out as it ended crossing over the 534 EMA. So really trade number one of the day was right here, but a lot of choppiness on the way up. Not very smooth, but again, it's chart number one that I'm looking at for the entry. It's chart number two here that keeps me in the trade. So from 1202 all the way up to 1204, giving me a 20-tick drive right off the open, confirming from the open that we had an uptick. Here we are at 6:30 on the Russell, and we definitely did have a nice rise. And then on the 513.21.80, we could see here that 5 was above the 13.21 but had not crossed the 80. So a continued trend, 25-minute open range setting up, wasn't likely to continue. Throughout the remainder of the session, trying to find some possible entries downside. Here we had at 642. 1-bar confirmation down, 2-bar at 642, but again, we still have 5 above 34, so no entry there. Here we could see at the top of the hour piano keys at column. We're not going anywhere. We're chopping up along the daily pivot in hopes of a turnaround here at post 1 hour. We have a 1-bar, 2-bar confirmation. If we go here to the 534 EMA, we look like we were just about to pop, but again, we were still under. So here we have 1-bar, 2-bar. This is 735, 740. We're still under, so no going upside there. It wasn't until a nice opportunity to the downside. 1-bar, 2-bar confirmation. We are under 534 EMA. Nice hike in Ashi candles there. And as well, we were under the 5 under 34, 5 under 13, 21, and 80 right here. Right here, 5 under 13, 21, and 80, as we could see right there. Nice, very nice downtrend on the Russell, which kept us in the trade. So there's trade number two of the day. All this other chop kept out of obviously was taken out of the trade here. Again, piano keys really pretty much playing by the lines here. As we can see, price action was coming down here to the 1197.4 line, which lined up right down here with the post 30-minute R2, and bouncing back up to the daily pivot, the daily gap, open range. And it wasn't until somewhere around the 10 o'clock hour that we had an entry that set itself up that posted throughout the afternoon. What kept me in this trade was simply this. Here I'm looking for a break under the fib level weekly. Could have gotten in. None of these bars here were confirmation for an entry downside until right here at 10:57, almost 11 o'clock. 1 bar, 2 bar confirmation. We come over here to the chart. A little bit of a later entry, but that's okay as we didn't have a 2 bar confirmation. And all the way down. 5 under the 34 EMA, keeping me in the trade all the way down to the weekly R1 at 1194.4, taking off a couple ticks shy. If we come over here to the 5, 1321.80, so put this all set up. You can catch a picture here on the website, as well as a Twitter feed of what kept me in this trade. 5 under 13 under 21.80, all the way down to almost the close of the session here, and then it had a nice 30 tick bounce back up. But again, looking for that 2 bar confirmation. Nothing here confirmed that until, and again, we already had the 534 EMA crossover, but I did not have an entry bar. You could look back here, but this again was all choppy session. Again, it was 1, 2, and it was in the 534 and the 513.21.80 that really kept it. So in a day that it didn't have a lot of volume, ended up finding a trade. It was a lot of patience. Could have got chewed up in the morning session, but stuck in there and ended up taking a trade for the remainder of the afternoon. Here we have the NASDAQ, YM, and ES. As we can see, ES didn't go anywhere today. Pretty much stayed within the range. Early morning session here, 6:30, nothing. This is from yesterday. So no action on the ES. YM, I would have touched with a 10-foot pole today. As we can see, that was just a chop waiting to happen all day. There were a couple small bits. You could take a look here at the market open here, 6:30. So it had a nice uptick for a couple as you had an EMA crossover. But other than that, that was just a chop session all over the place. The NASDAQ did pretty fared well, actually. Take several opportunities, playing within the range, but some nice trend drives that came up and came down. And here we see the EMA crossover as well. And all these were in alignment as well. All right, so as we can see here we have the opening of the just post open here. Again, 1 bar, 2 bar confirmation here at the 8 o'clock hour. And to the downside, to the bottom of the open range, you have an EMA crossover that allowed for a couple ticks. Once again, crossing over upside, 1 2 bar confirmation all the way up to the 25-minute open range high, including up and over, and then just finding the EMA crossover to coincide with that over here at 8:30. Here you have 8:28 and 8:31. So maybe the 3rd bar confirmation, keeping you in the trade. Look at this chart down here. That's what does it the whole entire time. And to wrap up and finalize our 2 other markets that we followed, the GC and the CL. Very nice opportunity on the gold. Here we have a 1 bar, 2 bar confirmation over here in the early market open. EMA crossover coming just a little bit later and keeping you in the trade all the way up through the session, and then closing the session off with an EMA crossover to the downside with a Fibonacci retracement approximately 50%, and all the way down to at least a fib target 1. So again, looking for that 2 bar confirmation. If 10 ticks doesn't work for you, you can go a little bit higher for 20 ticks. And then crude had a nice opening here. Excuse me, not a nice opening, had a very choppy opening. It wasn't until here at the 7:20 West Coast time, 1 bar, 2 bar confirmation. You could have waited until you broke the 25-minute open range high, but here we can see the EMA crossover down here which would have kept you in the entire trade the entire time, and then the reversal on the downside, which was probably the better of the trades until the after mid-morning session or towards the afternoon close. 1 bar, 2 bar confirmation over here at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30 East Coast time. Wait for the EMA crossover. Here we have 1 bar, 2 bars, excuse me, not 2 bars, EMA crossover here at 8:49. Would have had to wait a little bit longer on this one, but 2 bar confirmation, EMA crossover to keep you all the way down. So rules are the same. It doesn't matter what you trade. Volume below par, but still ended up taking a nice afternoon trade. So 3 trades on the Russell today. ES and YM quite choppy. YM had a somewhat of opportunity. Nasdaq fared pretty well. Gold with some nice entries as well as crude. Hey, that concludes today's wrap. July 2nd. We're in our pre-holiday here. Trading might be pretty low on volume, but hey, you know, if the opportunity sets itself up, go ahead and take the trade. Feel free to stop by tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra, know one thing, know it well. Rings true for all markets. Doesn't matter what you trade. My trading rules would apply to your market. Set up your charts. Keep discipline. Have your trading plan. Always make sure you have a stop. You can follow me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade the charts. What's in front of me, I have no